All right, I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade, and you know what time it is. Time to check out what's happening in the tropics, and we actually have a little something to talk about for today. Hopefully it won't get too crazy or too strong on us, but remember that disturbance back from last week that could have possibly become a tropical depression in the Gulf? Well, the remnants of that kind of rotated around a big area of high pressure, went up to the plains, to the East Coast. Now it is back close to Jacksonville, Florida, and it's going to take another turn, another swing at us as we head into the next few days. It's going to roll right back into the Gulf, and there's a low shot that, yes, once again, it could develop into a weak tropical system, maybe a weak tropical depression over the next few days. So it could get more organized as it moves into some very warm waters in the Gulf, and it will spread tropical moisture our way, not just our way, but really from the Florida Gulf Coast all the way to the Southeast Texas Gulf Coast. So here it is right now, that X near Jacksonville, that is a disturbance. It's actually going to push west-southwest over the next few days, and at this point, it's just a tropical disturbance producing some disorganized showers and storms. However, it is going to move into some very warm waters of the Gulf, mid to upper 80s as far as those water temps are concerned. So that's fuel for these systems. So depending on how far away it can get from that north central Gulf Coast and how long it can stay over that water, there's a chance it could develop into a tropical depression. It's a slim shot, but it's a chance. Right now, National Hurricane Center just giving it a 10% shot, in that area in yellow would be the potential development region. So Houston, not quite in that, but it is very close, a little too close for comfort, okay? So we're watching it closely. There's the big heat dome that's been sitting over the south central U.S., and it has just been cranking out a lot of uncomfortable, dangerously hot air, excessive heat warnings, extreme heat warnings, heat advisories galore all across the center of the country, into the Midwest as well, and the Northeast. So we do have this heat dome sitting here, and that actually is providing that clockwise rotation. So we are expecting this disturbance to kind of sweep from east to west back into the north central Gulf. At this point, starting to get some showers and storms bubbling up from Tampa to Jacksonville over to southern portions of Alabama, Mississippi, even starting to push right around the New Orleans area. No precip, no heavy rain for Houston or Galveston just yet. And I think that will remain the case for today and tomorrow. So the rain increasing in the Gulf for today, east of Houston at least, likely to spread west though for Thursday. Notice the tropical plume of moisture getting closer to us on Thursday, but still a little bit east of Houston. There is that tropical disturbance that could briefly develop into a tropical depression. By Friday though, I think that's when we really start to see a better chance for some heavy downpours from this system. The reason we're thinking this could possibly develop into a tropical depression, water temperatures near 90 degrees just south and southeast of New Orleans in the north central Gulf. So very warm water will mean there's a slight chance for this to try to wind up into something, spin up into something, but most of the models are keeping it very weak. So if anything, we may get a brief depression, but you can see the general broad circulation here. Thursday, 5 p.m. south of New Orleans, heavy rain spreading right along the Louisiana Gulf Coast, very similar to last week around this time. All right, going into Friday morning, 9 a.m., all of those tropical downpours finally reaching the southeast Texas coast from Galveston to Lake Jackson down to Palacios, and that rain expected to spread farther inland as we go into Friday afternoon and evening, hitting parts of Houston. Saturday, we will still have some scattered storms around southeast Texas and other parts of the Gulf Coast, but by Sunday, that should start to move on. Elsewhere in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and other portions of the Gulf as we go through the next several days, not really seeing anything really organizing. So this is really our only system that we're monitoring at this point. Keep in mind, though, this could cause some issues for you. Notice rain totals for much of southeast Texas, Louisiana Gulf Coast, anywhere from 1, 2, up to 3 inches. But the heaviest rain remains just offshore. So I think for the Houston area, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain south of Houston right along the coast, but not expecting several inches of rain. One more thing before we go. For your cruise weather, if you're cruising out of Miami, it is going to be wet and stormy the next few days. due to that tropical moisture. Galveston looking good for today and Thursday, but if your cruise leaves Friday and Saturday, plan on a lot of rain, heavy downpours, and a few strong storms.